Evelyn Hollow here, and today I thought I would show you how I created this character called Alice. First, I start off with how I start off most of my drawings, and that is with a reference. And this one I found on Pinterest, which is a fantastic place to find inspiration. So my next step for my character was I needed to draw the proportions, and I've noticed that slowly over time my characters, I've started to forgotten what the anatomy was for the human body. Like I started making the legs too long or the arms too short. So I noticed Sam Does Arts was offering on his Patreon a tutorial for drawing the human body. And so I was thinking of joining his Patreon for quite some time, so I was like, this was the perfect month to do so. And so here's the sketch fully finished with a second character beside her who I might use in the future, maybe even in her story. But here she is with the basic structure of the outfit. Like some things will change once I actually do the outline of the character. But for now, this was just to get the idea of her down. And then my next step was to draw a basic color blocking of the character. I wanted to keep her pretty flat, not really any shading, just to see what colors I wanted to use with her. And then I lowered the opacity of the first drawing so I could make an outline over her. It took me a bit to decide on her hair because it just felt like my first option wasn't sitting right. I actually didn't use a reference for her hair at the start. That's why I felt like it just looked a bit strange and a bit too cartoonish. I wanted to have more of a realism shape. So I did end up looking up a few ideas on Pinterest, then tweaking them a bit to fit my version of her. And I know I wanted her to have like a part. I just thought I wanted it on the side, but then I changed to a middle part. And so with most of my characters, I usually create them first and then draw them. Like I have a whole story idea and then I'm trying to make them fit this image I have in my head. Where this time, Alice, I didn't mean to make like a whole backstory and trying to plot out her character arc and all that. And I just wanted to do it to be like a fun little quick drawing. And then as I watched her, looking at her, I'm like, she has so much to tell. I feel like she has such a story, and I really want to create one that I feel like will fit her. So, sometimes it's the drawing first and then the character. So this was quite different for me to actually draw the character first and then create the story. And the big part of what drew me to this outfit in the first place was its big, huge, scarf. I just liked how fluffy it looked, and I thought the poncho added a nice shape to the character, the way it draped off of her. And since I liked the scarf so much, I really wanted to make it pop and stand out, and so that's why I chose her outfit to be blue and orange, is because those are complementary colors. And so I originally had her shoes as orange as well, but it took away, I thought, from the scarf too much, and the same as her bag that was originally blue, but I felt like she needed another color, so I did a warm brown. And with my stories lately, I've been really researching, and for the last few years really, but just lately getting into researching about story structure and characters and plotting, and this just YouTube has so much to offer. And one of the examples of is Brandis Sanderson has so many great storytelling lectures, and they're all for free, and they're hours long, and they're just packed full of information, and it's so helpful. So I would highly recommend those videos if you are wanting to learn more about writing. And here she is, all finished. I even got to print her out, and I framed her in this lovely warm wood tone, which I needed to replace the drawing in what was originally in that frame for quite some time, so I'm extremely happy with how she turned out. And my colors of my room are also changed to orange and blue as well, so I'm really glad she matches. And, not all characters I draw turn out the way I imagined, but all I can do is try. And I'm so glad I did try with her, and most important part. So, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you keep creating.